That's off of a movie.
Okay.
And Timothy Oliphant was the original guy, wasn't he?
Really?
Was he? With the bald head?
Really?
Yes. Not the executioner. Hitman.
Hitman.
Was. Hitman.
Hitman.
Welcome to another episode of The Gaming Moms.
I'm Marcia,
And I'm Colleen.
and today we're going to be doing a movie review on...
The Hitman.
Now, it's not the new Hitman, it's the 2007 Hitman, starring...
Timothy Oliphant.
whom we both love and adore. Mm-hmm. I was first introduced to Timothy Oliphant on the irreverent Western, Deadwood.
Right.
Fell in love with him immediately.
Yeah. And I had watched Justified before I even knew that there was a Deadwood. And let me tell you, that is a tall drink of handsome humanity right there.
Yep.
Oh, you met him, right?
We did
We
meet
have,
him.
we have.
We have met him.
Just the other day, Kane popped in the backyard. We had a couple of glasses of wine, a couple of chuckles. He's a great guy.
He is very nice.
Yeah, he's very nice. And so now we're BFFs, and he approved this review.
Spoiler alert,
Yeah.
if you intend on watching the Hitman 2007 version with Timothy Oliphant, don't watch this review.
Because we're gonna talk a lot about it.
Right.
Yeah. So
But I also want to say that it doesn't matter the movie, the theme, anything with Timothy Oliphant, we will watch. I really liked the beginning of it. The children and thinking, this is some sort of conspiracy, and obviously we know that they're training these kids to be hitmen, right? Mm-hmm. I personally would have liked to have seen that expanded a little bit because it was a little bit disconnected once you got into the actual movie.
plus they were clones. They didn't look anything alike.
No. I
Okay.
thought they were supposed to be clones, but
But they didn't look anything
clones-
alike except being bald.
Well, and some were older clones and some were younger clones.
And different colored clones.
Different ethnicities.
So I don't think they
Yes.
were clones, so they need to fix that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's just a movie.
Well, yeah.
And it's got Timothy Oliphant.
Again, it's our boy. I thought when I first started watching it that this would be a good series, that they could make multiple.
Absolutely.
Until we got into the movie. And there were so many little faux pas that I don't think it plays well to have another. Although I heard they have a new one out that is way worse than the first one.
Uh-oh.
So
well,
we're
won't
not
be
going to watch that
no.
because it's not
Not
Timmy.
him.
It's
No.
not Timmy.
No.
Yeah. So
Incumbent Russian President Mikhail Belokov's recent political shift is in direct conflict with our client's interests. The client needs it to be public. Do you accept the new parameters?
Yes.
We appreciate you breaking your normal protocol.
one of the things that bothered me, and I don't need a ton of details in
Yes, you
movies
do.
like this. Well, I need a little bit more. I want to know a little bit more background.
Well, yeah, because
Like-
you're picky.
Well, I want a story that has a good flow, and this one, as far as obviously Agent 47 is very capable.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he has all of these things in place all over Russia or wherever he is at the time.
All over the globe.
But this was the first movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they could have done a little better job of keying us into what was going to happen. Let me give you an example.
All right.
In the hotel room, where he had some of his weapons spread out, I didn't see anywhere anything
The
in
hotel room where he was alone.
Right.
Without-
Before he, would explode and before
Nika.
he jumped out and
Okay.
all of that thing. Didn't show that in his repertoire were swords.
No, never.
Never until
Up
we
until
got
that point.
on the train and there were 457 swords coming out of all of these guys. How did we not know? Obviously, it was a very important part of his skill
Oh, yes.
for the swords.
How did we
It
not know
made no sense.
that all of a sudden they all pull out swords?
Right.
From
From behind here, and before he was wearing, and I can see the hiding, but if I'd just known that was one of the tools that he used in his trade, I would have said, good, you're using your swords. So that's that.
So one of the
It drives
things
me crazy.
Well, that whole scene on the train bothered me
It
because
was pretty vicious.
It was very vicious. And I'm thinking probably in the video game that it's like
Blood
that.
splurting and,
And
shooting out the
gouging
necks
and-
and
yeah.
decapitation.
And why in the world did he only hide the one guy in the box?
And
that
why
he
did
killed?
he hide the guy in the box? There's, again, 457 dead bodies on the train. And did he take the time to lift the one up and put
Put him in
a
the box and close the lid.
Who
does that?
Who takes the time?
I don't know.
He didn't die in the box, right?
Are you sure?
He did not. Did he die in the box and we missed it?
Very well could have, because we do that.
But
We'd
did
have to
he-
rerun
okay,
it.
Didn't he throw his swords in there? He threw his swords in there.
Yes, he did.
Why didn't he put them back in his little sword pockets?
Which are attached to his back underneath his clothes, right?
And why did he know that he needed the swords in that particular moment in the train station,
Well, I don't
but
think
nowhere else?
No, I don't think he knew he needed them. I think he comes equipped. But why did
Why
he
did he
get
throw
rid-
them away?
I know.
How many
Or
swords does he have?
Were those swords someone else's? No, they were his.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
you're right.
so. He wouldn't be carrying around.
We have a problem. There was a witness in St. Petersburg. Interpol has arranged a pickup. Will you intercept
Yes.
uploading data?
So I'd like to talk about Nikki for a minute. Nika, not Nikki. Nika.
I know there's a part that bothered you.
She looked really harsh in the beginning.
Get up. You're coming with me.
I can't. He'll kill me if he finds out I left the apartment.
And too quickly into their relationship, Agent 47 and Nika's, the red strands that I think maybe they were just clip-ins because all of a sudden they're gone, And then
Right.
her hair is completely different, but softer. So that was part of her metamorphosis while she was learning to be a better person around him. Believe it or not, he's a hitman and an
she
assassin.
wants to be better
and he's
for him.
killed billions of people, and she wants to be a better person
know.
for him. I know. So cute.
He completes her. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that really bothered me about this was when they were in the hotel room, and he said, "We're going to dinner, so I need to buy you a new dress."
We're going to dinner. I need to buy you a new dress.
A
New
dress. One. And she had on that gorgeous, elegant white backless dress that draped in the back. It was very nice, very nice.
Right. To go
Perfect
to dinner.
for a dinner.
And, yes.
And he had on his black suit with
Yeah.
a red tie.
Yeah. They were out
And-
to dinner.
Oh, they look gorgeous. And then we're in the restaurant, and she's wearing a slutty spaghetti strap
Red
short thing up to her crotch.
with no underwear.
Well, we didn't know that at the time.
Oh, that's
but
true.
Yes. But that's what she wore for dinner. And I thought, what did she wear the white thing for? Just to parade around the streets of Russia?
I think so. And then the next morning when they left, she was wearing something else.
Right.
So he didn't buy her
A
dress.
dress.
He bought
Several.
right.
Right. And that was
Again,
that was a
editing.
trashy dress.
Again, editing. I don't understand them parading down the street all beautiful. He goes in and looks at
what
whatever
time they
the
need to
thing
be
is,
dinner.
and they go back, and she decides to change.
Yeah. When he drugged the man's scotch and the man had to go,
Oh,
he got
yeah,
sick.
right.
And he had to go into the men's room.
Right.
And then Agent 47 was patted down and he got access to the men's room. And the object was to kill this man. And he goes into a stall and lifts the tank lid, and there's his two guns in that
Good
tank.
plan. Good plan.
Now,
right.
Right.
Yeah.
How does he know
Except-
which stall the man would be
What if
erping
the
in?
man was barfing in the stall with the guns?
I don't know.
So did he plant guns, two guns in every tank?
stall. He
I mean,
had to.
really?
No, really, he had to.
I mean, because the guy was only one stall away.
I know.
What if he couldn't have made it?
Isn't
He would
that
have
a song?
barfed in the
One stall away. We could explain that away by saying this man is Agent 47 is so organized that he
every stall.
every stall.
Right.
Right.
Belikov? How, after I put a bullet through his head, was he able to give that speech this afternoon?
Doubles. Mikhail has doubles, just like Saddam Hussein.
What happened?
Oh my gosh. All right, think about the scene
Okay, I'm back.
when they are finding out the Belichick, his double, how they made the doubles.
Oh, there we go. Don't get me started. Oh,
I think we
my
actually
gosh.
paused. I think we rewound that a couple times. We paused and laughed.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Now that was silly.
That was silly.
So this is the part where
Going down
the
the
big
corridor.
Russian guy is
Yeah.
coming in
To talk with the double.
to talk with the double doctor, the double,
Belkin double.
the double,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Not the doctor, the double,
Yes.
and
Such a stupid scene.
it's the place where they actually peeled off people's faces, and I don't know, it's disturbing on
It's so
all different
funny,
levels,
though.
all different.
You go to the door, and there's these two Darth Vader-looking character guards.
Those are Russian riot
I
uniforms.
don't care. I was expecting to say Luke,
I know,
am
I know
your
you were.
father.
I know.
and the girl.
There was a girl right there next to
in
the
the
door
chair.
with her legs
Legs
crossed. Looks like a
crossed.
prostitute.
Yeah, outside the door.
It had nothing to do with anything.
They looked at her.
They did. They looked at her. So obviously, everybody was supposed to look at her because our attention was drawn to her.
Okay.
And never. No,
It gets worse though.
it does get worse. It
Once
did
you get into the room and you figure out what's going on, I can't even say this without like bursting out. What were the dead legs been on the table?
Well, they weren't dead legs. They were
they're
legs
chopped?
from dead people that were disjointed.
What did that have to do with anything?
Nothing unless they were making people taller.
Taller. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shorter.
Because-
But couldn't they have vetted the double a little bit? Well, our guy's 5'9", let's get a 5'9". Or we can get a 5'4" and put longer legs on him.
Right. But then there were just legs, miscellaneous legs, and were there three or
They were
four
like
bodies
three
on
or
the
four-
table?
They're like four,
Corpse.
I still can't get over
But
the legs.
all the corpse had their legs attached.
Yeah, they did.
And they were just random bits of legs.
Unless they took the leg skin off over the... I
No,
don't
no, no,
know.
no, no, no,
I
no,
don't,
no.
I don't know.
No, because Belikov was explaining it's extremely painful because they peel your face off, and he did go a little bit into it, but it's like, oh, please, stop.
Objaśnię mają koszuslice I przewięczywają kostium teflonową ramką. Zdobył точно skopiować wsi charakterystyczne lica.
Dumbest
we got that.
scene in a movie ever. Ever, I think. I still can't get over it. We may have to go back and watch it.
Right.
Again, the girl.
No, we
Darth
don't have to go
Vader's
back and watch it,
The
Colleen.
severed limbs.
We've seen it twice.
Okay.
We don't
All right.
have to see it
I'm
again.
not going to understand it any more than we do.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, that's
No.
a shame.
No.
Okay.
No. How about the scene where he goes to the guy's brother's den of iniquity,
That
Where
was
he
just messed
was
up.
pretending to buy guns? And what did you call it? You said it was like a spaghetti western.
Yeah, it was. That scene in the whatever that den was at that point I'm thinking it is just a spaghetti western.
We knew-
a bloodbath.
We knew it would be a bloodbath.
Right.
Yes.
That
Yes.
just kind of seemed. Why couldn't it have been him being Agent 47 and being very stealthy, setting
And
up
just
and doing
assassinating
that.
the one guy.
Just doing that.
Yeah.
He just again
Again, blood. But it shows his skill level. He can do it in public. He can do it stealthy.
I didn't quite understand. And you kind of got lost, and I sort of got lost as to why he was doing that.
Did I fall asleep?
You might have.
Did I?
You might have.
Did I go?
Yeah, no, you might have. Because you said, why is he killing the brother? And I'm thinking, where were you when... But that really actually wasn't very clear.
He killed Belikov's brother. Now why? Why would he do that unless...
The funeral. He's gonna take Belikov at Erdrith's funeral.
What else? What else was
The
there?
funeral.
Oh, Mike.
The funeral of Belikov's brother.
Okay, they'd had 50,000 guards, right? Who
All lining the church
Right,
aisle.
and you did look up this morning. You did look up this morning because I said, what is on their face? And those you said those
Those
were
are Russian riot gear
Yeah.
uniforms. Russian police riot gear uniforms.
Silly. So
They're
they're
a
all
little
lined
awful.
up in the chapel, right?
Right.
So obviously they have checked the chapel, except the guy in the rafter,
Right.
right? Who's just right up there in the rafter, and the door's all the way open, and anybody can walk in.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry.
So what
I'm
was the
interrupting.
purpose of the riot police lined up?
Okay, I'm going to ask you. Just explain to me. All right. So Michael, our good guy in the film, is asking, of course, the dumb Russian, what happens if the shootout? Basically, what happens if a shootout?
Oh, I love this
occurs,
part.
Right? How are you going to save all these people attending the funeral?
How much civilian blood do you think will be shed? We are prepared for that as well.
Oh, I have a great idea.
Yep.
What is that great idea to save all the people in the chapel from being shot?
Gas canisters are being deployed. If anything should occur, the civilians will be rendered unconscious. Now, if you will excuse me.
We're going to throw in sleep canisters. Wait till they fall asleep.
Then
to
they're
the
all
ground.
down, and then we can start shooting. But everybody has to go.
Wait till these
Wait
guys
till
who
these
are
guys
attending
all
the
go to
funeral
sleep.
are asleep.
Okay,
and then we
now you
shoot.
can start shooting each other.
Because a sleep canister and falling asleep is way faster than a shooting bullet.
Right.
You know.
That was very interesting, wasn't it?
That
That
was
was the silliest thing I've ever heard.
That goes right up there with the severed limbs.
Yes.
Why
what
would
was
you
the
even
thing?
care that you're saving everybody
When you're
that's
going to kill
attending
masses
the
of
funeral?
people anyway?
And he's not the gunman's not going to shoot anybody except Belikov.
Right.
And he misses.
I know. I know.
And then slowly, okay, after all that chaotic scene of shooting, then the canisters come in.
Right.
And then
After-
people are running out of the thing, falling asleep, going, well,
Okay.
that plan did not
work at all.
Didn't work at all.
Release the gas. Lock down the doors. I suggest you and your men follow me.
I was just thinking of the helicopter.
Oh.
Was that a little overkill?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
And they didn't kill him.
He'd already been killed. So they killed Belikov's. He
No,
killed
they wanted to kill the
Belikov's
hitman.
double.
Right, but they wanted to get the hitman. That was the
Right.
whole thing.
So they ended up just shooting
how
a
old
corpse.
was this church? You know, how many hundreds of years old was
and they
this
just
monument?
ruined it.
And let's get what was it? A Korsakov? What the heck?
Belikov.
No. What kind of air thing it was?
Oh, some big.
Not
it was
get
a
a
big.
sharpshooter. You know, it goes ping, ping, ping. Let's decimate like the Sistine Chapel
Let's just
and miss.
miss the hitman.
Missed him.
Totally.
There are no walls.
Blew up the books, blasted
No
out
walls.
doors and walls.
And
Totally missed him.
him.
You've got thousands of rounds of ammo going into this
you
thing.
have absolutely wiped out the walls of this thing.
Yes.
The building is smoking.
And probably 300-year-old manuscripts.
Oh, absolutely. Missed him.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. I liked the changes in Nika and what she had finally become
Yeah,
because
she
he
got a
allowed her
vineyard.
to escape that whole thing. But was it mentioned that other hitmen were after her?
No, it was not.
It was never mentioned that she had to be killed because she
Belikov
was
is gone.
attached to Belikov.
And Belikov
now
is gone.
that he's out of the picture.
Right.
So now she can just live her life and be herself and all that stuff.
Right.
Why was there a hitman after her that he had to kill and say, I told you to stay away from her?
I told you to leave her alone. You should have listened.
So is
Who
he
did
going
he
to have
tell
to
to stay away
follow
from
her
her?
around for the rest of her
Probably.
life?
Probably.
Because there are hitmen coming? Why?
Why?
She didn't know anything.
and the
She had
threat is
nothing.
over.
Yeah.
That I forgot about that because I was thinking, oh, he's just looking at her, and her expression when he gives her the vineyard.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes, he bought
She,
her a
she
vineyard.
opened up her mail, and there was a vineyard, and it looked like
A
deed and papers and all of that. Yeah, so we think
because
she bought her.
she
he
did
bought her
share
a-
with him that
Her
her
father,
father grew grapes and that their dream was to have a vineyard together.
Right.
So he bought her a vineyard. That was
Right.
special. But
That was very special.
What,
The guy.
why was
there's no
somebody trying to
point.
kill her?
Everybody that was important was dead.
Right. Now, I think a better ending would be if she got the deed to the vineyard. She goes off to the vineyard, and of course, you know, it's got to be in Tuscany.
Oh my gosh.
Has to be.
Oh, yeah.
And you can
Get
picture
out of
this
Russia.
gorgeous villa on the hill in Italy, in all of these beautiful vineyard, you know, down below, and she's in there having her coffee, you know, with her,
A glass of wine.
or better yet, get a glass of wine just as the sun is setting, and he
Swaggers up
and says,
with hair.
Oh,
Yeah, because he's covered his thing and he's
Barcode.
no longer. Yeah, he's no longer a hitman. That would have been delightful.
that would have been my idea of a good ending.
Yeah,
To a
they
crappy movie.
Maybe they wanted to give us the illusion that there was going to be a sequel and one after that kind of thing. But after seeing this one,
There can't be a sequel.
so their thought
Wasn't
was
good enough for a
let's
sequel.
wait 3-5 more years and make another one as bad as the first one.
Or worse.
Yeah,
Have you seen the second one?
no, because have you seen the guy who's in it? No.
No.
If there was a sequel and he was in it, I would still watch it.
Oh,
Knowing
yes.
how bad,
Oh, yes,
knowing
yes,
that
yes,
it's
yes,
probably
yes.
twice as bad.
Because we both know
It's Timothy.
it's Timothy, not the actual plot or
right.
the movie.
No, it's just him.
It is. It's all about him.
He's so cute.
This is Deadwood. This is where I was first introduced to him. He was a really, really nice guy in that. Yeah.
And the swagger.
Oh, the
Talk about the swagger.
Now, his swagger, I'm not as in.
Well, it's different, but it's recognizable in everything.
Right, it is, but I'm not as over the top about it as you are. I think he
It's
toes
kind
in
of
a little bit when he
it's
walks, and I think
it's
that's
funny.
why he swaggers.
Sometimes when he's walking toward me, like he was by the gazebo, I'm like, oh, but it's his walk. John Wayne had his walk. He has his walk
does.
in everything. And
But
it's
I think
a little,
it's more of the charisma of his whole,
it's kind of like
persona.
he's walking down a catwalk. And that's okay.
and you would know this why from your previous
Yeah,
life.
well, yeah, I was a model once, a long time ago.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, I have to step in front and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah. But okay, that's one of our favorites.
Yeah, that's from Justified.
If you're a woman and you don't think that's sexy,
There's something wrong with you.
there is something wrong with you. Yeah, look at that.
Totally.
Oh my goodness!
Totally.
Look at that leg.
Look at that great coat.
What did you think of him with the bald head?
Not my
I don't
favorite,
care.
but not terrible.
No, it isn't
because he's
terrible.
got a nice shaped head.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
It's not like pointed or lumpy or
Right. He's kind of like a Yul Brynner head.
No.
No, nobody was like Yul Brynner.
No.
Oh, that's
More
true.
like a Telly Savalas head.
Oh, Deli Savalas had a very large head
And a lollipop.
and a lollipop.
Yeah, that's true. The best bald person was Yul Brynner.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
After having seen the movie, tell us what you think the game is like.
So now
Bloody and gory.
I think that Hitman is probably just that, a bunch of people killing a bunch of people. And
There has to be a plot, though. There has to be a
okay,
reason
so what do you think
for
what do you think the plot would be? Him being
wanting to get out, like Born Identity?
no,
wanting
him
to get
getting
out.
assignments to kill different people.
Yeah.
And then they have to interject other hitmen to stop him, or I don't know. Well,
You
I think, there's
the game is like the movie?
I think there has to be
There
a
has to be.
point to it. There's got to be him going rogue, and then all these things, horrible things happening
How would they base this movie
on the
if
game
it wasn't if the movie wasn't like the game?
because it's loosely.
Loosely based on? Did it say loosely based on?
It didn't say anything
Oh,
on.
it didn't.
No.
Okay.
So I think we're going to have to play it to figure it out. Oh, I don't know.
No.
No, it's probably really violent, and I don't really think that there's a point to all that
No,
stuff.
no.
But
I wasn't sure that there was a point all that much to
there wasn't.
to this movie to have all of that. I mean, I get
Yeah, well,
gratuitous
at
because my
least-
genre to watch
at least.
is this type of espionage.
Right.
killing.
But you have to
That's-
admit,
I
there
like
were no
that.
blood spurts and heads chopped.
Well,
But you like Walking Dead. You like some gore.
yeah. But I
That's-
watch. Okay, so when the zombies are there, I look at the ceiling for that scene, so I can sort of then decide to come back down to the screen. So, but there's purpose.
I do that when
to
there's an
killing the
operation
zombies.
in an emergency
Right.
operation in a room.
There has to be purpose. There can't just be gratuitous slasher for no reason whatsoever.
Well, I'm sure
lost me.
they build a reason in.
Well, to the movie. Yeah, well, and I wonder how many video games actually, under the dark web or whatever.
Dark web.
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Well,
do you know what you're talking about?
No.
Okay. Just
But
checking.
we're playing video games that are pretty
mild.
sweet and all that. But I also know there's the more difficult, the more strategizing, the RPGs. Yeah, that is role playing game, whatever. That kind of game. Then I imagine there's the really dark, the darker web.
What is the dark web, Colleen?
The dark web
Explain that to me.
is under the web. You know,
Okay.
there's the www,
Okay.
the World Wide Web.
Yes, got
that
that.
normal people like us.
Normal.
Well, people like us, we get all of the everything that we need, we get off the www.
Okay.
Right? Then there are those that kind of live on the dark side. And so they go to the dark web,
How
which
do
is
you-
a
how do you
layer
get there?
under you have to have this sort of devious, crafty mind, and you can find all kinds of things in there.
Really?
So, yeah. I've never been there. I haven't either.
Then how do you know it exists?
Oh, it does.
Why are we whispering?
I don't know. So the dark web. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And that's where those kinds of games live. And those gamers live in the dark web. Right. So.
Well, I think they're nice people.
I don't think Hitman is one of the dark web games.
Okay.
So what would you consider a dark web game?
Well, my mind can go really bizarre. And I wouldn't want to put out the thoughts that I have of
Don't-
what kinds of
no, don't send it
games
out there to the
could
universe.
be
No,
under the dark web.
Right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think that there are violent games, definitely, right?
We
That are
don't think,
violent.
you know.
You know that there are violent games.
Because you look on the games and it says
for mature, for 17, for 21, you know,
For
for
V, for
37
violence, yeah.
Yeah, and all of that, and language and all of that. And, you know, my man is kind of depraved, so I imagine there are some dark web games out there.
cool.
But zombies are not that.
Really?
No. The final thoughts on the movie.
Okay. It wasn't bad.
Are you sure about that?
It was horrible.
Yes, it was not bad. It was really
Horrible.
bad.
But we actually
terribly.
took the time to watch it twice. So
Yeah.
the reason that you remember when we were looking at video game characters and you recognized him right away.
Mhm. Timothy
I
Olyphant.
didn't recognize that was the Hitman. I had forgotten that I had seen it. That's what an impact it left on me.
You forgot about it.
I slept since then.
Yes.
Totally didn't remember.
Right. I was thinking of a different movie, and I can't remember the name of it. I had to think about it again, and then when I started getting into it, I realized, ooh, this is not a real good movie.
Yeah.
It was not his best, and
What was the movie you thought it was?
I can't remember the name of it. It was a guy. It was a hitman type movie. He ends up moving into an apartment complex with, or whatever, lofts with a couple of other people that are just normal people. And then he befriends them. And then he has to rescue them because he's being pursued. And he has, the one scene where the kid with all of the tattoos or the piercings all over his face, the bad guy gets him and he starts plucking them out of his
You're
face.
talking about The Punisher.
The Punisher.
With Thomas Jane.
That's it. That's what I confused.
I like that movie.
I liked that movie. So when I realized what this one was, I did realize that it wasn't
that
a
movie.
great movie. I was
But
a
it
little
had
disappointed.
him in it.
It had him in it, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But I
So-
really wanted to watch The Punisher.
What do you think on a scale of 1 to 10 for this,
This movie?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Momometer.
Oh my gosh.
Momometer. Come on. Oh,
No,
You enjoyed a little. You enjoyed
yeah.
a little bit, but
Yes,
you know,
right there. That's
I'm
fine.
an espionage. Well, I like movies like that, but they have to.
You were
They have
disappointed.
to really, really pay attention to
To
the flow
detail.
and the detail, because then I'm right out of there. You've lost me as an audience,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe if we'd played the game, this would have flowed better.
Nah.
We would have
No.
understood.
No,
Would
I
don't
not?
think so.
Okay.
No.
I was trying because.
No.
Is there anybody out there that likes this movie?
I don't know.
Is there anybody that likes this movie?
Good question.
Good question.
If you do, write to us and tell us exactly why you like this movie, because he liked the movie.
Yes.
The dog liked the movie.
But
So,
we weren't so thrilled.
no. But we are going to watch something with Timothy in it today.
Oh, anything with Timothy is good.
Yeah. He may not be Academy Award winning material.
The movie may not be.
Well,
He
and
is.
sometimes Timothy can be a little one-dimensional, but I can watch him. It doesn't matter. He could be drinking from a paper cup, and
Yeah.
I would watch him. So anyway, speaking of paper cups,
Yes.
we're going to digress here because
Not this
how many
particular movie.
times are you watching a cop show like I don't know, Law and Order or
Any
Criminal
of them.
Minds, something like that, and they come into the station with the Starbucks coffees and the full cups, four of
Venti.
them, and they're carrying it like this because obviously there's nothing in them, and then they set them down on a table, and they're empty.
And you can tell they're empty.
Oh my gosh, that sets me off. For the next 90 seconds after seeing a scene like that, I don't listen to the dialogue or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So Hollywood, since you're watching, put water in the
At
cups
least water.
so that it makes this clunk instead of a. Welcome to another episode of The Gaming Moms.
Today we're going to be doing a
Stop! Who are you?
movie. Oh,
Who are you?
I'm Marcia. I think.
Okay. Ready? Go!